Japan is currently one of the top travel destinations in the world. However, planning a Japan trip can be a bit intimidating. We're going to share tips for first-time travelers to Japan to hopefully put your mind at ease. Let's talk about currency and getting cash from ATMs while visiting Japan. The Japanese currency is called yen, or pronounced more like en, and it is at a historic low compared to the US dollar. Currently, 1 US dollar equals roughly 150 yen. 1 euro equals about 162 yen. But keep in mind that the exchange rate fluctuates daily. Some businesses, such as small restaurants and shops, only accept cash, so it's a good idea to carry cash with you in Japan. If you want, you can get some yen from your bank before heading off to Japan. Once you arrive in Japan, there are ATMs located in the airports, train stations, and convenience stores. One of the most popular options is 7-Bank ATMs, which are owned by the same company as the 7-Eleven convenience stores, and you can find them located inside. Other options include Mizuho and JP Bank. ATMs often charge a transaction fee around 220 yen per transaction, and they may allow you to withdraw up to 50,000 or 100,000 yen at a time. Personally, I hold on to our cash for places that only accept cash. I often pay with my credit card at chain restaurants, grocery stores, convenience stores, and many shops. Because of this, I make sure that I have a credit and debit card that do not charge any foreign transaction fees. When I'm paying by credit card, if they ask whether I'd like to proceed in my home currency of US dollars or in Japanese yen, I always select Japanese yen. This is to avoid a conversion markup fee. Tipping is not customary nor expected in Japan, so there is no need to tip at restaurants. This saves us a lot of money, especially compared to California, where we are expected to tip 15 to 20%. That can really add a lot to your bill.
Know where the international airports are located before booking your flights into and out of Japan. This could save you a lot of time and headaches by choosing the airport closest to your accommodation. Tokyo has 2 international airports, Haneda and Narita. If you fly into Narita, it is located in Chiba Prefecture, which means it will take at least an hour to get to Tokyo Station. If you fly into Haneda, it is actually located in Tokyo, so it will take you about 35 minutes to get to Tokyo Station. Osaka has 1 international airport, Kansai International. There is no international airport in Kyoto, so if you're going to Kyoto, you're going to fly into Kansai International and you will take the Haruka Express to Kyoto Station. If this is your first time coming to Japan, consider taking the Limousine Bus from the airport to near your accommodation. Taking multiple trains and navigating huge, very crowded train stations can be very stressful. But like taking the trains, taking the Limousine Bus may not take you directly to your accommodation. For that remaining distance, you can take a taxi or walk the rest of the way.
You do not need a Japan Rail Pass to travel in Japan. Until recently, the whole Japan Rail Pass was extremely popular. However, now that the price has increased by 70%, you may actually save money by purchasing individual single-journey Shinkansen bullet train tickets and using an IC card to pay for local transportation. For more on this topic, you can watch our video on how to travel Japan by train without a JR pass. Simplify paying for local transportation by getting an IC card. It's a plastic card with an embedded chip that allows you to store money and then pay for local trains, subways, and buses. This is the easiest way to pay for local transportation in Japan. You don't have to calculate the cost and buy a paper ticket for each train ride. Simply tap your IC card at the automatic ticket gate at your starting station and then tap out when you reach your destination station. It's easy to recharge your card at the machines located at train stations. The chips used to make IC cards are currently in short supply, so it can be difficult to get a regular Suica or Pasmo card. However, there are other alternatives. There are tourist versions called the Welcome Suica and Pasmo Passport that you can get at Tokyo airports, which are valid for 28 days. Or if you fly into Osaka, you can get an Icoca card. Another option is to get a digital IC card through Apple Wallet on your iPhone. The digital options include Suica, Pasmo, or Icoca. It's super easy to recharge my digital Pasmo on the go using Apple Wallet. I have it hooked to my Apple credit card and I don't incur any additional fees such as cash advance fees. You may want to double check with your credit card if it's going to be okay to use it to top up your IC card. But you can also top up a digital IC card with cash at the machines. Each individual person needs to have their own IC card to pay for transportation. You cannot share an IC card when using it for transportation. If you have any children in the ages 6 to 11 years old, you can watch our separate video on how to get them a physical Child Suica card and save 50% on their transportation.
Allow plenty of time to navigate large train stations such as Tokyo Station and Osaka Station. If this is your first time riding the bullet train, allow at least 1.5 hours to get to your train's platform. Tokyo Station is huge, very crowded, and arranged in multiple floors and sections. You'll need to make your way across the station just to find the Shinkansen gates. And from there, you need to find your platform and your car number. Also, allow time to purchase snacks and ekiben, which are train bento boxes, so you can eat while on the train, as most trains no longer sell food. And it's a lot easier and more fun to be able to do this if you're not feeling rushed. If you purchase your Shinkansen bullet train tickets online, we recommend that you pick them up at least a day prior. The ticketing office can have very long lines and you can wait up to an hour or even more. And trying to figure out how to use a ticketing machine can be very confusing and stressful, especially if you're in a rush.
Wear comfortable shoes, as you will likely be walking a ton while visiting Japan. Walking to catch a train or bus, walking for sightseeing and shopping, you might be walking all day long. Also be prepared to remove your shoes frequently. You may want to opt for slip-on shoes, and clean socks are always a good idea. Certain places require removing shoes before entering, such as temples and other religious sites, traditional restaurants where you sit on tatami floors, or if you're entering somebody's house. You're also supposed to take your shoes off before going into your hotel room.
After a full day of walking, you may be too tired to walk back to your hotel or to the train station. If that's the case, you can flag down a taxi. If the taxi has a red lit up sign, that means the taxi is available. If it's green, blue, or there's no sign lit up, then it is not available. But if you're having a hard time getting a taxi, then you can install and use the GoTaxi app. This is one of our favorite apps, and it has been a game changer for us. With the GoTaxi app, you can request a taxi to come pick you up at your location, then enter your destination into the app. So there's no need to explain to the driver where you want to go. We usually spend between 1,000 and 3,000 yen per trip. It depends on the distance, time of day, and availability. As a family, it can actually save money sometimes versus purchasing individual train tickets for all of us. When setting up the GoTaxi app, we were able to use our US phone numbers. However, if you are having problems getting this set up, just wait until you get to Japan and then you should be able to set it up using your home country's number. Attractions such as the Ghibli Museum and the Team Lab Art Collective often sell out. So don't just expect to show up at the door and purchase tickets. Popular restaurants are often booked months in advance. This includes theme cafes such as the Pokemon Cafe and the Kirby Cafe. We've been trying for several months to get tickets to the Pokemon Cafe unsuccessfully. However, we were able to get reservations to the Kirby Cafe, and we have a full video showing how you too can get reservations to the very popular Kirby Cafe.
Pack as light as you possibly can. We've visited Japan many times and I still overpacked for our current trip. I wish I had left our large suitcase at home. It is not fun lugging around heavy, large luggage with you in Japan. If you do need to bring a large suitcase with you, then you can watch our videos on how to forward your suitcase to your accommodation or next destination. Have a plan for bringing home souvenirs. Japan is a wonderful country for shopping. We always return home with more than we brought with us. You may want to pack an empty duffel bag, use an expandable suitcase such as the Velo 3-in-1, or purchase a suitcase in Japan to take your souvenirs home with you. Check the weather forecast for your Japan trip and prepare for rain. It can rain a ton in Japan, especially if you visit in the rainy season, such as in June. You may want to pack a rain jacket and also waterproof shoes. Umbrellas are readily available in Japan and they're inexpensive, so you could pick one of those up once you arrive. There are some items I recommend packing or buying specifically for a Japan trip, such as a small hand towel for drying your hands. Often the public bathrooms do not have paper towels, and sometimes the hand dryers are also not working. Most people just carry their own towel. We also like to bring small trash bags, as public trash cans are not easy to find. A coin purse makes a great souvenir, as it's common to pay with coins, as they can be worth up to 500 yen. For the summertime, you may want to bring or buy a fan, as it can be very hot and humid.
You're going to need an internet connection in order to navigate your way around Japan. You can easily rent a pocket Wi-Fi, SIM card, or eSIM. But it's best to do your research and reserve this in advance so you can get the right plan and choose the right amount of data for your trip. Over the past few years, we've been testing a wide variety of pocket Wi-Fis, SIM cards, and eSIMs. And now we have a series of videos that'll help you choose the right pocket Wi-Fi, SIM card, or eSIM. Link will be in the description below.
Don't forget travel and health insurance for your Japan trip. You can start by contacting your current health insurance provider and finding out whether you'll be covered while traveling abroad. If not, it's a good idea to get a medical plan specifically for your trip. We've been using Safety Wing Nomad Insurance for our Japan trips. The default coverage period is 4 weeks, but you can check pricing and enter specific dates to get a quote. In addition to reimbursing for emergency medical expenses, Safety Wing also covers trip delay, lost luggage, and trip interruption. If you do end up needing to file a claim, you can do it all online. We'll leave our affiliate link in the description box below so you can read all the details. We hope these tips helped you feel more prepared for visiting Japan. Up next, you may want to watch our video on must-have apps to install on your smartphone. We share a ton here on Kensho Quest to help you travel throughout Japan with ease, including tips for riding the trains and what to do with your luggage. Please subscribe for more travel tips and inspiration.